Happy Wednesday, everybody, or should I say Wednesday, or it's Wednesday. It's a win or spa day. So let me talk about how this is going to happen. Your teachers have a Google Access drive to all of their advisories missing work. And so if your name is on there, period, if you have one assignment, 8 assignments, not matter, you will be in your win today working on either work, reading, academic work, period. If your name is not on there, you will go down to the cafeteria. You'll check in the cafeteria first. So if everybody will check in the cafeteria. If you come down there to me and I see your name on a list, I'm not even sending you back. I'm gonna send you ISS. We'll go home. Like that's you guys know better if your name's not on the list or whatnot. We're not going home. We're not gonna be messing around today. So when I talk so as you come down here, then we'll have a couple different areas for you to go, and then that's how we'll work it. So we'll do this on occasion. We're not going to do this all the time. We do want to make sure that it is important to have all your work in. I know some of you are like, well, I don't want, doesn't matter. We're going to do our work. We're not going to cause issues when we're going to win because if you have missing assignments, you have missing assignments. And so this is not, it's not about like, well, I turned that in and the teacher, no. At one point you had a late assignment. And that's the case. Like there is like there's a reward for not having like any missing assignments, and people are meeting that. And so that's the case today. So I don't want to hear it's not fair, it's not this, it's not this. My teacher hasn't graded it. If you turn something in late and they didn't get a chance to grade it, that's not on the teacher. I'll say it twice. If you turn in something late, didn't turn in the first time on time, and the teacher has not graded it yet, it's not on the teacher. It's on you. Turn it in at the right deadline when it gets to be done. All right. Also, want to talk about we talked about it in both lunches yesterday. Students, the restroom is for restrooming only. If we see that you're going to get in a fight in the restroom, we're going to move forward with the expulsion process. That means to expel you from school. At the very least, you'd be on home on admin. At the most, you'd be expelled from school. So if you're a bystander there and you don't say anything and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna watch, and we all go in there after the fact, you're gonna be suspended at least 5 days, at least 5 for inciting behaviors. That's it. That's it. Like that. That's cut and dry. So if you don't want to use the restroom for restrooming, and again too, if we find that you're commenting on things or whatever, again, that's gonna be 10 days because if the case, we'll have to end up closing the restroom period. We'll have no more restroom passes. We'll have to go like time breaks like in elementary school. If that's going to have to happen because we're not going to do this anymore. We've had 3 straight days of someone wanting to get an altercation in the restroom. That's not okay. That's not what we do here at Westline, period. It isn't. You want to do that, go to another school. And that's just bottom line. And so I'm looking at you like there's no way to not have this conversation without saying you know how to do things. Period. Again, we've said this is the case. This is the consequence if this happens. Don't be surprised if it happens and if you do it in a discussion. And also, too, keep your hands off each other. This is how things start. Oh, we were just playing. I don't care. Anymore, I don't care. Bumping into each other, trying to shake up some, I don't care. It's going to start something, so stop. It's that simple. I don't understand. Like, we say these things. You're like, no, it doesn't happen. You then get into an altercation because of getting like and then you're like, I don't know how this happened. It was just playing. No, that's how it starts. It's what we keep saying. Keep your hands off each other. All right, those are the 2 pieces that we're going to be focusing on. I guess we have to because we shouldn't have to. That's the thing. You should know how to act in a restroom. And again, if it's going to continue to be an issue, again, you'll not be here. It's just simple as that. We've got kids here now who are not here and may not come back. So if that's the case, what you want to do, then that's what you do. But let's know this, that we will have consequences for this behavior. All right. So again, going back to the win part, we're not going to say, oh, I turned that. Nope. If your name's on the list this morning, because it was run yesterday, you're not going down to participate in the win or in the spa time. You'll be in there, and we're not gonna take it out of the class we're at too. We have work to do. Academic work. If you want it, like turn in your work all the time. You never know when we're going to have a time where you can actually get benefit in. You don't know when we're going to have like a celebration when you don't have missing work. You're not going to know when you're going to have a celebration with no tardies. So that's, you name it. And so, and we're not going to keep putting our hands on each other in the bathroom. We're not going to go in the bathroom for any reason, using the restroom, period. And we're going to be gawking bystanders and not do anything about it, or go in there and watch things. You're going home too. If we have a class, if we have a school of 600, with 100 of you suspended or expelled, we'll keep having school. But we're not doing this. And that should be all I have to say about that. And if I had to keep saying about it, then we'll just take individual action by closing down restrooms. All right, let's get to some announcements. All right, today is Wednesday, January the 31st, 2024, and these are your morning announcements. Westlake Middle School is an avid school-wide site of distinction. The mission of Westlake Middle School is to reveal the genius of each Wildcat through a culture of joy, respect, and excellence. We believe every person deserves to be seen, affirmed, and to grow. Let's make sure we are Wildcat ready, everyone. Lanyards and our IDs are around our necks. Pioneers and student organizers are with us. Backpacks and purses are in our lockers. Hats, sunglasses, and hoods are off. AirPods and phones are in our lockers, and blankets stay at home. Remember, this is a white day with a win. And again, too, teachers, I will call down students when we are ready to actually move to a spot or win areas. I'm going to help have PE teachers help me this morning monitor the gyms. I'm going to be monitoring the cafetorium. If you want to read in there, if you want to bring cards down and play a game, anything like that, you're more than welcome to. We call you down. All right, Read What You Love challenge. I do have an update on this, so let me get to that real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, currently, here we go. The 6th grade is logging in right now at 24,180 minutes. 24,180 minutes. 7th grade, you're at 13,000 behind 7th grade, 11,531 minutes. And then 8th grade, you are 17,000 minutes behind at 7,883 minutes. So right now, 6th grade is running away with this. Are we sure we want to let that happen? Maybe we do. All right, so 6th grade is, I don't even know what to say. Like 6th grade, well, I don't know. Like, you tell me what you want. I think we might do another ice cream day. 8th grade, I know 8th grade, I had promised grade level lunches. 7th grade, might be ice cream and something else day because you would have been back to back. But sorry, now 6th grade looks like they want the ice cream. They are running away with this. Total of, I will say this though, a total of over 42,000 minutes so far, about halfway through this reading challenge. So we're right on track, maybe a little bit behind of the 100,000 minutes we hit back in the winter reading challenge. So let's really step it up and let's make sure that we are knocking out. We're gonna have a slower start, but I think that we're gonna have a strong finish. And let's see, what can I get a grade level that actually reads 50,000 minutes? That'll be interesting to see. All right, read books from your favorite authors about your favorite genres, topics, and characters. Do you have a favorite series? Tell a friend about it. Be sure to tell your ELA or advisory teacher when you read at home so they can log your minutes. Don't forget, even though this is not, if this is not You Matter Week, it's still want to know that you matter and your mental health matters. Tu importas. Don't forget about Wildcat Focus, writing in your student organizer every class, being on time to every class, and your first effort needs to be your best effort. All right, clean up Westline, language and messes, hallways, cafeteria, classrooms, and restrooms. Make sure you also wash your hands for 20 seconds to prevent the spread of germs. Also, cough and sneeze into your sleeve, please. And do not just do it out in the open. Using your hands is, let's cough in your sleeve. All right, go to honorschools.org and recognize a teacher. We did get that fixed, and we should be able to do that now. So go on there and recognize a teacher. Remember, it's yearbook time. If you want to get a yearbook order form from your advisory, the bookstore, or Mrs. Kleeman, the cost is $30 and it's due February the 28th. If you want an older yearbook from last year, it's still available at the bookstore for $15. Also, group photos are taken Friday, February 23rd. Make sure you check with your coach or adult sponsor to see if your group is being photographed and what to wear if you are. All right, don't forget about again, I say this all the time, keep your hands off each other. You don't play fight, don't shadow box. I think I'll probably take that off. Shadow boxing is no longer a thing. 0-2 for flinching, 0 neck slapping here at West Lane. Don't forget pass protocol. You get about an average of 1 pass a week, and you can have one in the first 20 minutes or last 20 minutes of class. Cafeteria, sit in the correct tables and face the center. Stay in your seat and have your ID. Might have to do an ID sweep here before too long. What does that mean? It means if you have an ID, you get a reward. If you don't have an ID, you get a detention. It's that simple. Returning from lunch, make sure you stay in your seat until your class is called and walk back with your teacher. The bell does not dismiss you from class, your teacher does. Breakfast students, you must report directly to the cafetorium off the bus to get breakfast. All food should be in the cafetorium. No food should be eaten outside the cafetorium. And restroom privacy, we already talked about this. We're also not only are we giving students restroom privacy, we're not climbing on things, and we're not having altercations in there. Again, if you do, you will have the appropriate consequences. All cell phones are in your locker between 9:15, 9:25, and 4:25. They're taken if they're seen or heard. And don't forget about our motto, Cada Wildcat, Cada Dia Mejora, which means every Wildcat, every day gets better. All right, we're getting better today. Teachers, again, I will call for students to come down to the cafetorium about off the missing work. I know that we do have a few guest teachers in the building today, so we'll have to make sure with their advisories also are kind of caught, make sure who's not, who doesn't have any missing assignments. Again, if they're not on any of these lists, they have 0 missing assignments. So if you don't see their name, advisory teachers on your list, you can have they don't have any missing work. And for those students, we are grateful. And then I will call over the PA them down to the cafetorium. Thank you so much. Have a great Wednesday.